I've observed a trend in parents to overprotect children by keeping them sheltered from the risk of playing in nature, from other children's aggression, and just from everyday low-risk situations. When I was a boy, say from the age of 10 to 15, during the summer, I would go fishing with only my dog. I was gone all day and returned for supper. I hiked through woods and rafted across lakes, and of course I was a good swimmer. But my parents thought it natural that I should learn to handle myself in reasonable risk situations. Life would have greater challenges for me, and it certainly did. Sometimes I really banged myself up, and on one occasion I fell and I have this scar to show for it 60 years later. But I'm here to tell the tale. The idea is the children become more resilient, more prepared for the world of grown-ups when they're allowed to experience reasonable social stress, challenging situations, and even negative emotions. Immediately intervening in a fight between children may not be the best training. I've seen it a lot. Kids too need to learn how to resolve conflict. I recently read a brilliant article in The Guardian. It really formulated my own observations of parental mollycoddling and its harmful effect. For example, we know the immune system requires exposure to different germs in childhood in order to realize its full potential. Parents who overprotect their children from the environment with all its germs, dirt, and allergens deprive the development of the child's immune system, and so actually put them at higher risk of infection in the future. Deprived of such exposure, such inoculation, they are most likely to suffer later when challenged with teasing or discrimination. Kids need friends, loving parents, and preventative education from environments of excessive violence and intensive bullying that will certainly alter their psychological and physical health. We need to teach children to treat other children with kindness and respect. Having said that, exposure, say for example, to certain levels of stress are important for their development. Stress inoculation is a form of immunity from future situations of greater stress in the way that vaccines immunize against disease. Short spells of normal stress are not harmful, but beneficial and essential. Anxiety disorders and depression means the inability to deal with stress amongst teens and young adults is rising faster than the available therapists to meet the need. In the US, 20% of girls suffer from at least one major attack of depression, and in the UK, recurrent depression amongst girls has doubled in the last 10 years. That's far out, and boys aren't far behind. Social media is one place where girls especially are affected by emphasis on good looks, intense trolling, and racial aggression. How to raise children to prepare for both day-to-day and abnormal challenges? Let me quote this proverb. It's a takeaway for watchers. Prepare the child for the road, not the road for the child. Even though we live in a new world in the way that my parents let me roam through the countryside as well as suburban Montreal, let your kids roam. It's their nature. But as you do, teach them things like recognizing danger and working out disputes with their friends. Inoculate your children with experiences and let them grow.